Obviously, you guys, that's the beauty of owning your own firm, right? You can work from home. And I think you both mentioned you're both in the Washington area. You guys get to work in your own homes. You get to choose your own schedules, while at the same time, it feels great to be running your own business and have full control over where that goes. So that's awesome you guys are able to do that. And do you hire any staff, or is it just the two of you?
Well, we've been just the two of us for all these years, but this year we decided to proceed to grow more. And one of the ways we felt we could do that is if we had an administrative person to help us, because until we hired an admin person, we were doing everything from emptying the waste baskets to high-level tax thinking. We hired somebody remotely. They live in Brooklyn and we're in the state of Washington. We really wanted to up our game with all the remote technology to make this team work. We're in 3 different places.
Got it. That's awesome. So you have an admin, and what kind of work do you have the admin do? What has that freed you up from doing?
They are helping us right now. Everything kind of this fall, a few months ago, with a lot of our growth goals, we decided to hire someone. We decided to switch to TaxDome. And therefore, we're in the process of getting rid of a lot of old softwares and tools that now everything can be done within TaxDome. So for example, our admin person was converting all of our files from Dropbox, moving stuff from ShareFile and Dropbox into TaxDome. They're also helping us with develop the thinking and the processing and the automations and messaging within TaxDome, because we're giving them a lot of responsibilities, kind of ownership of certain steps of the pipeline. And they're going to actually be interacting with the clients that way, which is exciting for us. Their name is Lyndon, and they are very smart. They're mid-30s and comfortable with technology as well. And they're a writer. And so they're helping us with messaging. We hired them as an admin person, and then they're becoming more of a teammate. I think we're thinking of them that way, and we're all interacting and engaging within TaxDome. And I love that Lyndon, in addition to us, is messaging in TaxDome with clients, and their profile photo is there in the secure message. So people are getting to know all 3 of us as a team in that way.
And I think sometimes you hire somebody for one thing, and as you get to know them, you notice their strengths in other areas. And that's what really happened to us. I mean, we knew that they were very smart, and we've actually known this person for quite a long time. But just as we were starting to interact, Lyndon would have ideas about TaxDome. Well, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And we'd be like, yeah. Then that upped our game just in terms of how we were involving Lyndon. Yeah.
I think it's important to note too, yes, we were using another portal and another CRM, but we didn't really even use those tools to their full capacity because we didn't really know what we were doing. And so I do want to mention that the training videos with TaxDome, the live webinars, the Facebook community, the fact that we have other firms in our coaching group, because we're working with Dream Firms, with Tyler Clark, other firms that are using TaxDome, and we can all engage with each other. We've really learned how to use, there's still more for us to learn, but we're really using it in more advanced ways. And only a few years before, even when we started our firm, actually, Ilya, we were still using paper a lot. About 7 years ago, we've become pretty paperless, but just cobbling together different tools, like Randy said. But then 8 years ago, and especially 10 years ago, when she still had her other firm, she was using paper files and documents.
Right. I mean, the last year of that firm, so it's 10 years ago, I actually converted to paperless. But when you start a paperless conversion, there's still a lot of paper around. You have to evolve. So then when we started this firm together, I was determined to not drag young Deva back into the old ways, and as much as possible, pull us into the new ways with her help. And there was an evolution with us because we still had a love of paper, a love of working on paper, but we've learned other ways. Yeah.
If you were with your larger firm today, what advice would you give them about processes and just in general, what you know today versus what you knew then, and where you think the industry is going?
Well, I think over time, accounting firms have been There's certainly not those first people to jump on technology, lagging. I still know people my age that have solo firms who are mailing out tax returns to people. And that's crazy. So if I were still in my bigger firm, I would say we need to get a team here to bring us up to speed, because we cannot be this like ancient firm, because you can't make money that way anymore. You have to have the streamlined technologies to make money, to attract clients, and also to make it a really good experience for the clients, like we were talking about before. But there needs to be a team that when it's a little harder, right? When it's a bigger firm, because you have to have a team, and you have to invest time in bringing the other people along, because it's a lot, it's a big change. But I would say you have to do it.